Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's very chilly and gloomy today. It's just me and the boys, so I just spend a few hours down here, a few little odd bits of jobs to do, bit of general maintenance. So I'll take you around and show you what we're doing. I'm going to start off in the polytunnel because, like I said, it's a bit chilly and it's a bit warmer in there, so let's crack on. What I want to do is, now these Asian greens are flowering, they're coming well to the end of their season, there is some garlic in the middle. That's a row of garlic down the middle, so I want to remove the central row just to free up a bit of space to let the garlic come on a little bit. So I'm going to try and cut them off below soil level, leaving the roots in, and by leaving the root system in the ground, that will rot away and further feed the microbes in the soil. So I'm going to remove the central row and put that on the compost heap. All I'm going to do is cut well below ground level, just removing the stalk, and that shouldn't grow back. You helping, Rocco? Yeah. Just freed the space up for the garlic to now grow a bit. I'm going to keep these Asian greens in for a little bit longer because they're still cropping and they still taste just fine. Some people say they're bitter, but I don't notice any taste whatsoever in the leaves. So I'll probably leave these in until I'm ready to put the tomatoes in, because they're a good cover crop. They're putting carbon back into the soil, and the flowers are nice for the insects and the pollinators and stuff. Just going to quickly do these mizunas and then get the wheelbarrow and get all the waste over to the compost heap. Now I've got them two central parts clear, I'm going to go around with a hoe and get all the weeds out because it's looking quite weedy. So I'll get rid of all the weeds, any dead lettuce that the frost has got to, take off the bottom leaves, and then we'll give it all a good water after because it's getting quite dry. The soil's still wet underneath, it's just the top layer's dry. So we'll just give it a good water and then be all right in here for a couple of weeks. Removing outer leaves helps to keep the slug population down. So with these lettuce, I'll just remove the lower ones that have kind of finished growing and they're not doing anything for the plant. Slugs are only attracted to the old decaying leaves. They won't go for the new fresh ones. And then when it comes to the harvest of these are all fresh leaves. I will just pinch off the outer leaves and that is fresh salad that has been sat here pretty much all winter. Some of the varieties I've grew, because I've had a bit of a test with varieties, some of them have not done very well this year. Like that one, a lot of the frost has got them ones, even though they're meant to be winter hardy. So next year I might just stick to this, which is Grenoble Red. But you just see from a few plants, you pretty much have enough lettuce leaves to make a nice salad. So me and Rossi are quickly going to hoe, get rid of all the weeds, remove the dead plants and dead leaves, and then give it all a water. So I'll see you on the other side. So we're all done in the polytunnel now. Remove the central rows either side for the garlic to now start growing. Then I've tidied all the plants up, remove the lower leaves, give it all a hoe. What I do is I pull the big obvious weeds out first, and then I go around with the hoe and just get the little weeds. And then I give all the beds a good water, good soak. It's getting a bit warmer now, so the beds need watering probably every 2-3 days in here now until the sun comes out. You may be wondering why I've not got wood chip on my path. That's because when I do the other half of the polytunnel, I plan to put an irrigation system in here. So don't know where I'm going to run the main pipes. So until I've got that set up, I don't know. And that's who's making all the racket. Got a really good harvest. I'll show you that now. We have a salad mix here. There's a good couple of bags of fresh salad leaves. Then we have our 2 types of chard, the red and the green. And then 2 different types of kale, curly kale, black Russian kale, and then a big load of spinach at the bottom. All that would cost you about £10 in the supermarket to buy it organically. And this has been happening week in, week out, all the way through the winter. Now it's time to go outside. I want to plant some of the spring cabbage and tidy up the existing spring cabbage that are there, the ones that have been overwintering. So we'll go outside and do that now. I just need to maybe give this toe rag some lunch first. Believe it or not, these are the same plants as these. The only difference being, these were sown on the 16th of February this year, and these were sown last year around the middle of September and planted around the middle of October. They're a variety called Greyhound, and like the name suggests, it grows really quick. So what I've done is split the bed into 2. I planted these for overwintering, and then I'll plant these ones now, and it should give us a steady continuous harvest from about May onwards until probably the end of July, August, where then there'll be Savoy cabbage that will take over. So through the year we have a constant supply of cabbages. But before I plant these, I'm just going to tidy up this bed, take the lower leaves that have finished doing anything for the plant off them, give it a weed, a little hoe, take some of the little ones out that are not going to do anything, and then we'll plant these down this bottom half. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is just remove the lower leaves. These are the ones that have slightly gone discoloured compared to the newer ones. They're not doing anything for the plant now, and plus it's the perfect habitat for slugs. So if you keep your beds nice and clean, less chance of a slug attack. So I'll quickly whip over this bed, and then we'll get on to planting the new ones. That didn't take too long. There's a couple of gaps, as you can see, but we'll put some fresh ones in it. Like I said, I'm no pro at overwintering. This is my first year, so maybe experiment a bit towards the end of this year with timings on when to sow and when to plant and stuff. What I'm going to do is just give this bed a quick prep. No dig bed prep, so simple. I'm just using the rake, going side to side, just to break up any big lumps. And then once I've done it with the rake, I normally just then go over with my hands, get any of the larger twigs out, and they can go back on the compost for another cycle. And I just break up any of the larger lumps. You don't really need to do this, but my perfectionism gets the better of me. Now that's done, with my dibber, I'm going to mark out where I'm going to plant them. Now with these, I tend to go for about 40 centimetres apart in either direction. So I'll do rows of 3, then a row of 2. By the time these grow and fill out, they will fill this bed nicely. With the holes being dibbed, I've got exactly 20 plants and there's exactly 20 holes. So we can't afford any failures. So I'll be keeping a close eye on these with regards to slugs and stuff. We'll put the mesh netting over it as well to protect it from the pigeons, because they're absolutely rife around here. They love brassicas. Same as before, got a good root system on. Poke it down nice and deep so you can't really see it. They look so small in the bed compared to when they were in the tray, but they'll soon fill out them spaces. And then down the far end, I just had to patch up with a few little ones. So yeah, I might just sow a few more of these seeds just in case we have a pest attack. Hey Rossi. Rossi! This ain't the muckiest pup you'll ever see. Feral Frank. Face covered in compost and snot. Using all the tools. Say hiya. Say no, 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 no. Now they're all in, I'm going to give them a quick water in, and then I'm going to get some more hoops and extend that green mesh over it so it covers the entire bed. So I'll probably just put it on a quick time lapse and show you. They're all nicely wrapped up now. They'll be good for a few weeks, so just keep my eye on them. The good thing with mesh is you can see right through it, so you can keep a good eye on them. But slowly but surely, all the beds are getting full now. It's good, it's good. Put some broad beans in over there, and the carrots are over there. I'm doing a bit of a trial with the carrots. Go check my video out on carrots. Basically using the traditional way, which is here, and then egg box method, which is there. But yeah, go check that video out, it'll be good. So yeah, next thing really is potatoes. I've got my first earlies in. They're all in pots. Actually, I can show you them through here. First earlies are in pots in there. And my second earlies will go into this bed in front of me where you can see my shadow. And then it'll be things like onions in there. And yeah, cracking on. But I'll go more into detail. I'll get all the covers off when I do the tour early April. Get all the covers off and I'll show you around properly. Show you all the nooks and crannies of everything. So that's it for today. A couple of good jobs done. Got on well considering the boys have been a bit of a nightmare today. But the sun's come out now and it looks lovely when the sun's out, doesn't it? Summer's on its way. Time to get planting. Check out the carrot video because it will be a good watch. It's going to be a 3-part series and yeah, it'll be good. I think it's going to be good anyway. It might not even work, but we'll see. And yeah, potatoes next. So stay tuned. As always, thank you very much and I'll see you again. Bye bye.